あら、どうなんでしょうか。
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
My wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I mostly just love the translation audio that goes over that. But anyway, you saw there the initial response from Chris Rock to what happened. Now, finally, last night, he formally responded to it, saying, "And this is in a comedy show. How was your weekend? I don't have like a bunch of blank about what happened. So if you came to hear what that, I'm not. I had like a whole I wrote before this weekend, and I'm still kind of processing what happened." And look, he didn't say much, obviously. And he could have gone in two different directions. He could have directly addressed it. I think that he chose well. I think that he cannot avoid the fact that many people are going to show up to his shows expecting either for him to talk about it or maybe for some other random person to do something. But I think that him talking about it less is probably the best effect that he can have on this. What do you think, Sabrina?
I mean, yeah, I'd be curious to see what he finally does end up saying. Obviously, Will should not have smacked him like that, and then he can talk about it whenever he wants. But also, the joke kind of wasn't that. It wasn't even that funny. Man, you got smacked by Will Smith, and it wasn't even that funny, guy. But
next time, make it worth it. You're saying?
Well, I mean, these award shows, like they'll have people like comedians like Ricky Gervais, and he'll go up there and say much, much, much worse stuff. And we've never seen somebody, do that,
Yeah, look, I don't expect him to talk much more about it publicly. I am sure it is a complicated mix of emotions that he must have been feeling in the immediate moment. I'm sure he hates his involvement in this. This is not what his appearance on the Oscars or his comedy is supposed to be about. The whole thing is just icky. I think a lot of people experience that. But there's one other part of this I want to talk about, and that is that after initially the Academy and all that not getting involved at all, they're now, I'm gonna jump ahead, saying that they're gonna be basically investigating him. Not Chris Rock, Will Smith. 15 days notice regarding his violations and sanctions. He might potentially be suspended or face expulsion from the Academy. And obviously, it's not up to a lot of people what happens in terms of the consequences, least of all me. I kind of want them to not do anything. Is that wrong? Like, I know I don't like what he did. I think a lot of people don't like what he did, but I kind of feel like, and I get that we're still talking about it, but like, I kind of feel like in terms of official stuff, it would be best to just move on. I don't think a lot of people believe that this is the beginning of Will Smith going on a rampage where he's showing up at comedy clubs around the country, or that like at the Golden Globes, he's gonna drop kick, Emma Stone off the stage. I don't think anyone thinks it's gonna happen. And so while I generally am the person calling for more consequences in America, I kind of feel like it's not necessary here, but what do you think?
I'm surprised that they're going as far, and I think it's just because of the media attention that it is so acceptable to talk about, the slap. I think that they feel the need to say something like this, and yet, Harvey Weinstein didn't get any sort of suspension at all, and so the fact that they would single out Will Smith for this, I think I agree with you. I don't think that he necessarily needs to be suspended, but maybe focus your eyes on bigger fish if that's what you're going to start doing.
Exactly. Yeah, like the Me Too movement doesn't get a lot of media attention anymore, but that does not mean that culture of exploitation and harassment and all that is gone. Those issues continue. It would be very easy for the Academy to singularly focus on this and imply that therefore they're being responsive. So that's a great point.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.